Imagine a world where entire nations were drawn into a massive conflict, cities were destroyed, millions of people were forced from their homes, and the future of the world depended on the outcome of one war. This was World War II, the largest and one of the deadliest conflicts in human history. World War II began in Europe in 1939, but its roots went back much further. After World War I, Germany faced severe economic problems and political instability. The Treaty of Versailles placed heavy restrictions and penalties on Germany. During the 1930s, Adolf Hitler and the Nazi Party gained power by promising to rebuild Germany, restore national pride, and expand its territory. At the same time, Japan was expanding across Asia, while Italy under Benito Mussolini pursued its own ambitions. These aggressive policies gradually increased tensions around the world. On September 1, 1939, Germany invaded Poland. 2 days later, Britain and France declared war on Germany. This marked the beginning of World War II in Europe. Germany quickly used a strategy known as Blitzkrieg, or lightning war. Fast-moving tanks, aircraft, and infantry allowed German forces to capture large areas of territory in a short time. Poland was defeated, and Germany later occupied countries including Denmark, Norway, Belgium, the Netherlands, and France. In 1940, Britain became one of Germany's main opponents in Western Europe. Germany launched a major air campaign against Britain known as the Battle of Britain. The British Royal Air Force fought against the German Luftwaffe. Despite intense bombing and enormous pressure, Britain continued to resist. Meanwhile, Germany expanded its war in another direction. In June 1941, Hitler launched Operation Barbarossa, invading the Soviet Union. The conflict on the Eastern Front became one of the largest and most brutal military campaigns in history. Then, on December 7, 1941, Japan attacked the American naval base at Pearl Harbor in Hawaii. The United States entered the war soon afterward. The conflict had now become truly global. The war was fought across Europe, Africa, Asia, the Atlantic Ocean, and the Pacific. The Allied powers included Britain, the Soviet Union, the United States, China, France, and other nations. They faced the Axis powers, led primarily by Germany, Italy, and Japan. The turning point of the war came through several major battles. In 1942 and 1943, Allied forces defeated German and Italian armies in North Africa and at the Battle of Stalingrad. In the Pacific, the United States defeated Japanese forces at the Battle of Midway, shifting the balance of power. In June 1944, Allied forces launched D-Day, the massive invasion of Nazi-occupied France. Thousands of Allied troops landed on the beaches of Normandy. The operation opened a major Western front against Germany. As Allied armies advanced from the west and Soviet forces moved from the east, Germany's position became increasingly desperate. In April 1945, Soviet forces reached Berlin. Adolf Hitler died later that month, and Germany surrendered on May 8, 1945. But the war continued in the Pacific. The United States fought a long and difficult campaign against Japan. In August 1945, atomic bombs were dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Japan announced its surrender shortly afterward, bringing World War II to an end. The human cost of the war was enormous. Tens of millions of people died, including soldiers and civilians. The Holocaust resulted in the systematic murder of approximately 6 million Jews by Nazi Germany and its collaborators, along with the persecution and murder of millions of other victims. World War II transformed the world. Germany and Japan were defeated, Europe was devastated, and millions of people were displaced. The United States and the Soviet Union emerged as the world's two major superpowers, beginning a new period of tension known as the Cold War. In 1945, the United Nations was established with the goal of promoting international cooperation and preventing future global conflicts. World War II remains one of the most important events in modern history. It changed borders, governments, economies, technology, and international relations. More importantly, it demonstrated the devastating consequences of unchecked aggression, hatred, and war. The story of World War II is not only about battles and military leaders. It is also about ordinary people who lived through extraordinary circumstances. Their experiences continue to remind us why peace, cooperation, and understanding between nations are so important.